Politics in Bihar does not function like Delhi. While Delhi's voters revolved promises of clean governance, modern schools, and welfare schemes, Bihar votes through a completely different lens. In Bihar, identity is ideology. Caste, community, and control outweigh every other factor. Here, politics is not just about performance, it's about position. The word Barchaswa, meaning dominance, still defines the state's political grammar. Whose caste will rule? Whose community will command? These questions decide outcomes more than any manifesto ever will. And this is why, even after decades of electoral churn, Bihar's political consciousness feels trapped in the 20th century. The educated and aspirational section, the very people who could have rewritten Bihar's political script, largely live outside the state. They migrated to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, or abroad seeking opportunity. What remains is a voter base deeply shaped by survival anxieties, safety, social respect, and caste pride. In such an ecosystem, reformist politics struggles to breathe. It's not that Bihar does not understand reform, it's that reform rarely speaks the language Bihar feels. This is the soil in which Prashant Kishore is trying to sow a new seed, Jan Suraj. Prashant Kishore is no stranger to success. He has designed winning campaigns for Narendra Modi, Nitish Kumar, and Mamta Banerjee. He understands data, surveys, behavioral segmentation, the mechanics of modern electoral warfare. But Bihar does not run on a strategy, it runs on some Vedana, emotion. Leadership here is not just about logic, it is about listening. People does not follow spreadsheets, they follow sentiment. A consultant advises, a leader absorbs. PK still speaks like a consultant, analytical, instructive, detached. Until he feels the pulse of Bihar, not just measures it, he will remain a strategist in the eyes of the people, not their representative. He has mastered the science of politics, but Bihar demands its art. For an average Bihari voter, one question matters. Why should I vote for Jan Suraj? Despite 3 years of yatras, meetings, and media presence, there is little visible or measurable social impact. No village can yet say, because of Jan Suraj, this changed. Contrast that with the emotional anchors of Bihar's established parties. RJD built its identity on Samajik Nyay, social justice for the marginalized. JDU positioned itself as the face of Sushashan, good governance and order. BJP thrives on a cohesive narrative of Hindutva and nationalism. Jan Suraj in comparison sounds managerial, better governance, citizen participation, policy transparency. These are powerful corporate ideas, not electoral emotions. Bihar does not vote for PowerPoints, it votes for pride, belonging, and faith. Almost 98% of those joining Jan Suraj are driven by ambition, not ideology. They see PK as a political magician who can engineer their victory. But true leaders create leaders, not followers. And here lies the biggest irony. Jan Suraj was meant to democratize politics, yet within it, everything revolves around one man. There is no visible second line of leadership, no regional face who can speak the language of local emotion. Without distributed leadership, no movement can mature. Until Jan Suraj becomes the people's movement rather than PK's initiative, it will remain a brand, not a force. On social media, Jan Suraj looks vibrant, beautiful graphics, daily bites, trending hashtags. But on ground, the story changes. In districts like Gopalganj, Begusarai, or Araria, you will hardly find sustained, organized presence. The Padyatras generate curiosity, not commitment. Perception has outpaced reality. And in Bihar, elections are not won by tweets, they are won by touch. Inside Jan Suraj, the ecosystem runs like a campaign office. Target sheets, performance trackers, and dashboards. Consultants and field teams are under constant pressure to deliver numbers. As a result, reports often exaggerate ground feedback, creating an inflated sense of progress. Decisions then get made on faulty data. Numbers that look good on slides but don't match the sentiment in villages. When politics becomes a PowerPoint, it loses its human touch. To understand why Jan Suraj struggles, one must first understand Bihar's social fabric. The caste system here is not just vertical, it's horizontal and fractured. Even within the same community, there are sub hierarchies. A Paswan from Tirhat may refuse water from a Paswan in Magad. A Kurmi from Patna may see a Kurmi from Bhojpur as inferior. Every group, no matter how oppressed, seeks someone else to dominate. That layered psychology keeps Bihar's society in perpetual competition, making egalitarian reform narratives hard to sustain. When people are busy defending micro identities, they rarely unite for macro change. And that is where Jan Suraj's reformist pitch sounds utopian. Good on paper, difficult in practice. In Bihar, politics is emotional currency. Voters expect recognition, not just representation. They reward leaders who speak their hurt in their dialect, who visit homes during floods, who attend weddings and funerals alike. This emotional economy cannot be measured through data analytics. It demands human time. Nitish Kumar built Susashan not through data sheets, but through visible acts, roads, electricity, girls' cycles. Lalu Prasad built loyalty through humor and relatability, both connected emotionally before politically. Prashant Kishore, despite intellect and clarity, has not yet crossed that emotional bridge. Bihar's youth wants jobs, yes, but they also want izzat, social dignity. Farmers want fair prices, but they also want their caste pride respected. Teachers want salaries, but also recognition. In short, voters want development wrapped in identity. They want growth that speaks their language. If Jan Suraj can decode this fusion of modern aspiration with traditional pride, only then can it move from discourse to dominance. Prashant Kishore and Jan Suraj have a vision, intellect, and digital visibility, but they lack emotional resonance, grassroots presence, and a second line of leadership. Their challenge is not strategy, it's soul. Bihar's politics demands feeling, faith, and familiarity. Jan Suraj, for now, delivers none of those. So, in the upcoming Bihar elections, Jan Suraj and Prashant Kishore are unlikely to make a significant dent. Their seat count realistically may not cross single digits. But the story does not end here. Every failed movement still leaves behind a question. Can Bihar ever move beyond caste and emotion to embrace governance as aspiration? That question remains the real election Bihar has yet to fight.